2006 Ford Mustang. Outer tie rod end. This one's bad. See it? So what you want to do is get it up in the air, jack the tires off the ground, put a jack stand on it, remove your tires if you can. This has got aftermarket tires on it with the stupid lug nut socket, so I'm not going to take it off. So first off, you need to do is get yourself a 21 millimeter wrench. Get your 21 millimeter wrench. You want to loosen this jam nut up just a little bit, okay? Pull it towards you. Boom, okay? That's it. That's all we need to do. Then you need to take off this nut. This is probably an 18, okay? Yep. It's an 18 millimeter nut. Break that loose. Remove that nut. Okay. Got it loose. Nut's off. Now you do is take your hammer and hit it right there and break the taper. Okay? Hit it pretty good. Took about 10 good hits. You know the rust. All right. Pull it out. It should spin. Okay? So, remember we didn't loosen this jam nut up very much, so take this tie rod end loose off of there. All right. Once you get it off, put some anti-seize on your new one, on the threads, and of course match it up, make sure it's exactly the same. All right. If it's not exactly the same, then you'll have to plus or minus the distance on your nut. All right. But anyway, get this off and get the new one threaded on there. Okay. If your new tie rod end's got a grease zerk, get it in there and tap it in there. You might have to hold on to push on the grease zerk to get it started. And I always use, I got a 7 millimeter ratchet wrench, which works great. Put it on there, and I put my thumb over it like that. And then I'll tighten it up, okay? All right. Put some anti-seize on your threads, and the inner tie rod. Put some anti-seize inside here. And thread it on there. Okay, see what I mean by matching it up? They look fairly close. Nowadays, everything is machined. Pretty much everything's the same. So, if the new one is shorter, that means you gotta screw that lock jam nut out that amount to make up the difference. If it's longer, then you gotta thread that jam nut in that much to make up the difference, okay? Get the idea? But anyway, it's equally the same, so just put it on there. Okay, it's up on there. Okay, so just, you know, as long as that nut ain't turning with it, I mean, spinning on the threads, we're good. So, you know, just put some anti-seize on your tie rod end, thread it in, and then push it up in there and put your nut on. Okay. Put your tie rod end on there, put your nut on there, and tighten it up, whatever size that one might be. Because it could be a 17, could be an 18. This one was an 18, so I tightened it up pretty tight. Lined up my hole, my studded stud with my castle nut, put my cotter pin in there, bent it over, and cut off the excess. All right, so everything's exactly the same. You get your 21 millimeter wrench. You come over here, and now you want to tighten this up, snug it up. Okay, because you really didn't turn it any, remember? That's good. That one's good. All right. If you're going to do the other side, do the exact same thing, okay? All right. The toe should be pretty darn exact. If you want to measure toe, then you got to get a tape measure on the ground and measure from one tread to the other tread, from the front and the back, and the difference should be a total 1/8 of an inch, period. Okay? You do that on the ground. Okay. That's how you replace the tie rod end. You got a grease gun, make sure you grease it, put a couple pumps in there, and you're all set. That's how you do a tie rod end. If I helped you out doing a tie rod end, that's great. If you could subscribe to me, I'd appreciate it. And if you already did subscribe to me, that's awesome. Thank you.